Hi everyone, welcome to Learn English with Miss. In today's video, we will learn about Peardeck and how to create slides in Peardeck to have a more engaging teaching/learning session. The first thing you will do is open a brand new slides presentation. And I already did that here, so I'm just going to come here and give my slides a presentation a name. I'll call it Peardeck Tutorial 1. And after I do that, I'm going to go to the plus sign here and click on it to get my new slide. I'm just going to draw a box over it and delete everything so I have a blank working space. Sometimes the theme menu bar appears here. All you have to do is just X out of it. And once you do that, you are ready to get started with Peardeck. So you go on to the top menu bar right here and you select from the add-ons menu. I already have Peardeck downloaded onto my Google Slides presentation, but just in case you don't have it, do not worry. You can click on the Get Add-ons link right here. It's that simple. And all you have to do is select Peardeck. It's the first option that appears. It's called Peardeck for Google Slides. As you can see, mine is installed. So I'm just going to continue with my slide. Now that my slide is ready to work with, I'm going to go back to my add-ons menu and select Peardeck for Google Slides add-on and open Peardeck add-on. It will open it up right here on this right-hand side. Now, as you can see, we have a few different options that light up. Start lesson. We're not going to do that just yet. And then we have these options here. This is the text option, multiple choice option, number selection option, website option, drawing option, and draggable option. All these options are for our students. We can design our questions around these options that they gave us. I will show you step by step how to do that in this presentation. So the first thing we're going to do is select ABC text from that Ask Students a Question menu. Once you do that, it gets your slide ready for you in that ABC text format. So this is very blank, and I want to make it engaging for our students. And so I'm going to select background, choose image. I'm going to go to Google search, image search, and look for, let's say, desks with flowers on it, or something like that. As you can see, a few different options come up. So the choices are too many and it becomes so difficult to choose from. But because we are on a time constraint, I'm going to just select the nicest one I see right now in my eyes, and I'm just going to go with it. So I selected this one. I'm going to hit done, and it has a white laptop Apple computer on here. It has a few books, and it's ready to be, it's a workable space. Now I'm just going to, let's say it looks too white and too blank, right? So you want to add something else. You can go to insert an image and search web. From the web, you can type transparent in front of your search option, and then look for, you want transparent because you don't want the object to have a background, because then it will not blend in with this right here. So I'm just going to say colored pencils. And I have a few different options here. I'm going to select this. I want that on my desk. So let's see what happens. I don't want it that big, and it's not transparent, but it might just blend in because our background is white to begin with anyway. So it might just work out. Sometimes it won't work out, and in this case, it doesn't look so bad. So we'll just keep it. And there you are, there you have your desk. So I'm just going to go here and in the text box, I'm going to insert it onto the laptop, make it look like the question is presented in the computer. And I would like to select my font right now, and I'm just going to manipulate the size and change the color to a white so it pops. And I will say write one noun, one verb, and use both of them in a sentence. Let's say you're still not happy and you want to manipulate it a little bit more. You still can do that by just changing the size up here, going to this menu right here, making it, and because we have the Peardeck open here, we have these three little dots. So we just click on it and go to this menu that usually would have appeared right over here. So I'm just going to make everything bold, and I think I'm ready. So the next thing you can do is, let's say you don't have anything else you want to give them. Maybe it's just a pop-up, like a pop quiz type of thing where you want to test their knowledge for immediate feedback. And you can then start the lesson and, give them the lesson, give them this slide to work with. But I want to show you all of these options. So I'm going to continue. So in order to continue, I'm going to now go back to the plus sign and insert my new slide. As you can see, once I clicked on it, a whole bunch of options came. Since I like a blank slide, I'm going to select that. And now I have my blank slide. Now, again, it's really blank, and we're going to work on it in a little bit. But before we do, we have to select the choice option. So Peardeck gets the slide ready for us. So I'm going to select, now we get these options A, B, and C. I'm going to select noun for my first option, verb, and I'm going to say none. And I'm going to say update slide. And now it's ready and in that multiple choice option for my students. As you can see, I will show you at the end how it's all going to look from the student's point of view. So now I'm going to go back to background and I'm going to choose image and select something for my students. And I like that picture. The computer screen is nice and big. And let's say you still want to insert a little bit more items in here. You can go back to image and search the insert and image and then search the web. And I'm going to select this one. And again, it's really big. I'll just make it a little bit smaller and put it right here. It's not transparent, as you can see. So if you want to get something that's transparent, you would obviously have to write transparent in front of it. But for me, I think it doesn't look so bad with the background, so I'm just going to keep it for time constraint purposes. But obviously, the more searching we do, the more time it's going to take, and I don't want to make this video really, really long. So we have our desk ready for our students. Now let's insert the text box. I'm going to do that right here in this computer screen, and I'm going to give it a fill color. So this is the fill color right here option in this menu bar. And I will select maybe this blue right here and make it look like it's part of the computer screen. There's so many things that we can do to manipulate this image, make it user friendly for our students, and it's just really fun and engaging for if it's this fun for me as an adult, imagine how fun it is for our students. So it's going to be great to get them engaged in a virtual learning environment. So I selected my font. I have white selected. I have the size selected. And I'm just going to now select the font style. Once I select the font style, I'm going to start writing my question. It's a multiple choice question, so I'm going to give them 3 options. Now remember, we did select 3 choices. So I'm going to select Let's say I want my answers. Remember, I said noun, verb, and none. So I'll select all nouns and let's see if our students can get it right. So let's say I want a notebook and and laptop. I'm just manipulating the size. And I just made it bold to make it pop. And so this slide is ready now. So if you had no other slides and you didn't want to select any other options from here and you just wanted to present this as a lesson, then you would just start the lesson. But like I said, we're just going to continue for the purpose of this presentation. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to add my slide again. And automatically it added a blank slide for me. And I'm going to now, so we did the text option, we did the multiple choice option. Now I'm going to go to number. And again, it's getting the slide ready for me. Now that the slide is ready to be worked with, I'm going to go back to background, choose image. I will select this one. Why not? And so this is a typewriter and this is a notebook. I'm going to select something where I can write my question on for my students. So I'll go to insert and I will go to image and search the web. And I'm going to put transparent blackboard for my students. I'll select this one. It looks cute and I think it will go really nice with this picture. And I'm going to place it right over here. And the students still can see they can still see the typewriter. They might not know what it is, but we do. All right, so now I'm going to select a text box and I'm going to put it right in here so I can start writing my question. Now, as you can see, the font color is black. We can't have that. So we're going to change that to a white. And let's just make sure it did. Yep, it changed it to a white. And I can make it bold and make the size a little bit bigger. I might have to manipulate the size again because this board is not that big. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'll just keep it at 15. And I'll select this one, this font, Happy Monkey. So since I said number, we have to work with the number option for our students. So let's say I'm going to give them the directions. I'll select the number of nouns you see in the sentence below. Okay, and let's give them the sentence to work with. I went to the library to pick up. I went to the library after school to pick up a new book. Now that's the sentence they have to work with. The directions are stated. They have to select the number of nouns that they see in this sentence. And if, like I said before, if this is the only slide you have, you can just start the lesson. So now that we have the ABC text completed, the choice, multiple choice completed, the numbers option completed, we're going to go back to add a slide. And it added a blank slide for me, and I'm just going to now select the website option. Now I'm going to enter the website address right here. And I have some read alouds on my channel, so maybe I can give them this link and Control C for copying. Come back to my presentation and Control V. And then I'm just going to say update slide. As you can see, the link comes right over here for the students. It says students browse and the link is right there. And I'm just going to now do my background thing again, trying to make it engaging for our students. So I'm going to go to choose image and I will pick, let's see, I will pick this one again. You can also duplicate slide to save time, and I can show you how that's done too in a little bit, but we're not duplicating only because we're using different options here. So if we duplicate it, then the options will remain the same. So let's just get a text box and let's get it ready to write on. Well, that didn't work out. I'm just going to Control Z and delete this one. Delete it. Okay, now I'm going to go back and get a new text box. So once I have my new text box, as you can see, I still have things in here that I want to cover up. So I'm just going to get a fill color. And it's going to be right here. I can make it whatever color I want. I'm just going to make it light green. You can make it whatever color you want. For me, I just chose light green for no reason whatsoever. And also, if you want to fill up this little space right here, you can select something from the image menu by going to insert image and then searching the web. And so, and if you even want to insert that mini blackboard again, you can do that. That little blackboard is so cute. So I'm just going to select it again and insert it. And it already comes in the little tiny size. And I'm going to just put it right here. And let's say you want to leave them a morning message or something, you know, you can do that right here by going to the text box and dragging it over the blackboard. So let's say you want to leave them a message, you would have to obviously change the font color again. And basically we have to click on those three dots. Oh, the font color is right here, sorry. And I'm just going to select white. And I have that ready. I'm going to select bold and I'm just going to say something like, welcome to class. So in order for us to make it look nice, we have to just Control A and then decrease the size. And there we have it. Or we can just make it wider and, you know, increase the size. However you want to do it, it's just all in the way you want to, you know, present it to your students. Now that we have this little morning message here, we're just going to go back to this box over here. The text box has already been inserted. So I'm just going to start writing my question. Or it's actually not a question, it's a direction. Please click on the link and choose a book of your choice for independent reading time. Let's say that our students are done with everything. You know, we always have those students that are so ambitious, they want to get everything done, and they actually do. So we have to keep them engaged. You know, we can't just let them sit there and not do anything. So at that point, you can insert the website and, you know, give that to them as a lesson where they can do some independent reading. So we did the website, we did the numbers, the multiple choice, and the text. We just have a few more left. So I'm going to add another slide right here. And once I do that, I'm just going to go back to my option here, which is the draw. That's the next one on our menu. So when it says draw, you have to select what it will look like. So since our students are going to be working from their device, I'm just going to select this option and update slide. Okay, I guess we don't have to select. I thought it was a selecting option, but I guess they just show you what it's going to look like for the students and what it's going to look like if it's coming from a projector. But after we do that, again, the same deal, going back to the background, choosing a background, and just trying to find something that works for our purposes. I'm just going to select this and I'm just going to hit enter. Done. So for the drawing, I can give them a set of directions again, and I'll just enter a text box to cover all this stuff up. It still won't cover it up though. You have to fill it. So we can fill it with black and see what it looks like. That looks pretty cool. And we can select, change the size, change the font, and if you want to make it bold, this menu option here is here now because of the Peardeck that appears on the right-hand side. Usually all our font options appear on this menu right here, just continues onward like this. But we have to click on the three dot if we want to make it bold. So I'm just going to select that and I'm going to start writing. Let's see, draw. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Oh, maybe I didn't change the font color. No, that would explain everything. Okay. Draw a noun based on the objects that you learned about today. And some errors here because I was writing using the black color. So we can make it, change the font, make it bigger. And so draw a noun based on the objects that you learned about today, or based on the nouns that you learned about today. However you want to phrase it, this is just a demo lesson. So when we do it for our students, obviously we're going to put more effort into it. And so that is ready now. And then we would just start the lesson to get that going. But we have one more option left for our presentation. So we're not going to start the lessons just yet. We will have a few different lessons for our students today because we're compiling all of our lessons here. And that's something that you can do. So you can, in different slides, just keep selecting the text option and creating different slides, or just keep selecting the multiple choice options and creating different slides, or mixing it up like we did today. So since we already have the, oh, this was the, sorry, I thought this was the website. It's not the website. The website one is here, and the draw one is right here. And our students have the option to draw once we selected the draw, and they got the slide ready for the purpose of drawing. Now we're just going to go back for the last one, add the slide, and basically click Draggable from the menu. It's getting the slide ready to serve our purpose. We can select what we want our students to drag. I'm going to select the flag. You can select whatever you want to serve your purpose. Update the slide so it updates it for you and gets it ready. And then I'm going to go to Insert and Image, search the web. And we don't have to put transparent anymore, so we can just erase that and write down US map. And a few different options come up. I'm just going to go with the first one that I see, insert it into my slide. Once I do that, I can just manipulate it a little bit, make it user-friendly for our students. And I'm going to leave it like that. It looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to enter a text box and write the directions for them so they know what they have to do. Drag the flag to any state on the West Coast. And I'll make that more presentable for our students by changing the size, by making it bold, and just manipulating the font style, the font size, and just getting it the best way we want it, what we want our students to see it. So now that we have these slides ready, we have all of our options ready, we can start the lesson and see how that works out. We go to Start Lesson. And you can select any one of these options. For today's presentation, I'll just select Student Paced Activity. You can select Instructor Paced or Student Paced. It's loading, so it's getting it ready for us. And you can just say got it and go to teacher dashboard. Once you go to your teacher dashboard, you are given a code right here. So with this code, you have to just enter it into this website right here. And this is the join PD. Right here is the link is right here, app.peardeck.com/join. Maybe you can just remember it or cut and paste it somewhere, put it on the stream page or somewhere for you to remember it. I would, anytime I want something that I want to remember, I always email it to myself, for documentation and keeping records and things like that. So that's a good strategy that you can do, or write it in your notebook. So once we do that, I'm just going to go back over here and I'm going to get my code from the presentation teacher dashboard. So it's UMG space XHE. UMG space XHE. I didn't try to see if I could cut and paste that link. Maybe I'll do that. And maybe you guys can do that too on your own time, see if that works out. So how are you feeling today? They asked you this question. This is basically how the students would see it. So the reason I am showing this to you basically is because I want to show you how the students would see everything. So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling happy. So I'm going to select that. And then it takes you to the slides presentation that we just created. And then you just hit the right arrow to go through the slides. And now we are here in our interactive slide. Write one noun, one verb, and use them both in a sentence. So I'm going to say bike, ride, and I rode or I will ride my bike with my friend today. Okay. And that's how it would look for our students. So it's pretty neat. Now, all you have to do to move on to the next slide is hit the right arrow. And you also have the option to add another response. You also have the option to move through the slides with the right over here at the bottom. They have the arrow options for you to move back and forth through the slides. And it tells you right here how many slides you have and how many, which number slide the students are on. So I didn't give the students direction. Obviously, that's something that I missed. But when we are, all of us are working on something for our students, we're going to be more careful not to make a mistake like I did here, where there are no directions for our students. They're going to be very confused and they're not going to know what to do. So obviously, I have such a big laptop that I could give them the directions, and then give them the problem. So number one is notebook, pen, laptop. So maybe in this case, you can verbally tell them because you didn't write the direction, or I can verbally tell them because I didn't write the direction. But hopefully something like this won't happen where we don't have the direction, because directions are so important. So I'm just going to select, all of these are nouns. I'm just going to select noun, and I'm a student now, so I'm trying to pretend like I'm trying to take the test. So I selected nouns, and now we're just going to move on. The direction says select the number of nouns you see in the sentence below. I went to the library. See, made another error. Anyway, so this is just a demo, thank goodness for that. But I went to the library after school to pick up a new book. So how many nouns do I see? I see 3 nouns. So I'm just going to say, I see, because it's a number, I can't select letters or anything. So I'm just going to say 3 and move on. Also, there's a menu option here to choose from however many numbers you like. Let's say I'm a student and I didn't realize that my teacher made the mistake here of placing library 2 times. So I selected, let's see, 4. That's what I'm going to select. And if our student said 4, they wouldn't be wrong because we made the mistake. So we have to accept that answer as correct because they're actually correct based on the sentence. So these are the nitty-gritty details. We're just going to move on to the next slide. It says, so the YouTube didn't connect the slide here. But that's okay because our students have it right here. See, it's interactive. They can select it. And it's right here. It's interactive and they can select it. So the direction says, please click on the link and choose a book of your choice for independent reading time. And so let's click on this link and see what happens. I'm taken to the channel and I can select an interactive reading book. So let's close that and see if the other tiny link works. Let's click this one. And that one also works. So we have two interactive links. So it's okay that this right here didn't work out, but maybe next time it might work. Then we have the next slide where it says draw a noun based on the nouns that you learned about today. So this is going to be, so usually we're supposed to leave this blank and not put anything on it. But because I did, it's going to make the drawing a little harder, but not impossible. So I'm just going to draw a flower. Okay, and now let's say if this was all blank, the students could have used the whole entire slide and designed it the way they wanted. And we can do that for our students. Maybe use a little tiny text box up here to write the direction and just leave the whole slide blank for them to draw on. I actually didn't think about that when I was making the slide, but like I said, it's not impossible. It works out. And we're always going to be present for our students to interact with. So if they have any questions, we can always tell them just write it on a blank spot. Maybe they can draw it over here, they can draw it over here or over here. And it's just for our purposes so that we know that they get the lesson. We get that immediate feedback, knowing that they got the lesson, that they understood everything. And now we're on to the last slide and the last part of our Peardeck tutorial. So it says directions, drag the flag to any state on the West Coast. And I will now drag my flag. So you can drag it wherever you want. And I'm just going to put it on the California, state of California. So that's basically all there is to it. And this is the student view. Then we have our teacher dashboard presentation menu option here. We have our original presentation here that we can manipulate. And then we would have to just restart the lesson again. And so like, let's say I forgot to add my directions here. I could just add the directions again, restart the lesson, get a new code, and then give it to my students, or just give them the link. Giving them the link would work as well. So let's see. Let's see if I missed anything else. I think I covered everything, and I hope this video was very helpful for you. I know it's long. I didn't want to make it too long, but some of these tutorials you can't help but make it long. And I hope that I will see you again, and we're going to learn together next time. And thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And keep coming back for more, okay? I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.